Look, I spoke on the university campuses during the Vietnam War. I had friends that came home in a box. And I can remember one time we went out to a cemetery where one of my friends, 20 years of age, was shot in Vietnam. And there was about 3 people there, and it was a gloomy day, something like this, except Chicago cold, okay? And it's rainy, and it's drizzly, and it's cold. And here's the dirt's been put into the grave, and you're standing looking at each other, trying to fumble for words to say. And it's a despairing situation. And I thought of, what would it be like if some fella came along and said, "What's the matter with you guys?" You say, our friend here, he was in Vietnam, he got shot, he's dead, only 20 years of age. And he says, "Well, hey, don't be so gloomy. You see those shovels over there? Dirt's not too bad. Get the dirt out. Get the shovels, dig the dirt out." "What?" He says, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." So you're nuts enough to do it, so you dig down 6 feet, you pile up the dirt 6 feet right next to the grave. You say, "Now what?" He says, "Well, I'll tell you what. You see the casket down there? It looks a little locked. Can you pry the cover loose just a little bit?" And so you pry the cover loose, but he says, "Leave it shut." Yeah, you want to leave it shut because the body stinks down there. And so then you climb out of the hole and you're standing there and you say, "Well, now, what else are we going to do?" And he says, "Well, I'll tell you what. What's the fella's name?" And you say, "Well, his name is Harry." And so the guy says, "Hey, Harry, come on out of there." And you say, you mean we did all of that work for nothing? I mean, you're just going to talk to this fella? Come on. And while you're saying this and kidding this fella, all of a sudden the cover swings open and Harry sits up in the box. And you're looking down there, and Harry stands up and climbs out of the grave, and he's standing right next to you, and you don't know what to say. "Hey, Harry, how was the trip?" What are you going to say? And this guy that says, "Hey, Harry, come on out of there," he says, "Harry looks a little cold, needs a little food, take care of him," and he starts walking away. Now, you're dumb, but you're not that dumb, and you say, "Hey, look, I'm going to die someday. Where are you going to be?" Maybe you could come over and say, "Hey, Johnny, come on out of there." That's what happened at Lazarus' tomb. "Hey, Lazarus, come on out of there." If you had Jesus around and you went to a funeral, you would never know if you were going to come home with the guy you went to see. And we just don't do that. But when Jesus said that, he also taught. He said, "When you see this, then remember, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though you die, yet you will live." Why? Because I am the resurrection. I am life. I'll take care of it. See, that's empirical proof. Want to see this? Then let me teach you something. That's how Jesus did the miracles. But the capper is the fact of his own crucifixion and his resurrection from the dead.